So let's get a little bit more specific about what the deduction actually means, because this is an area in which, at least in my own personal experience whilst consulting within the chamber, a deduction reduces your taxable income. Okay, that's what a deduction is. It is not a cash refund. It's not an amount that comes back to you. It is income that is simply not taxed. So the financial benefit of a deduction is the amount of the deduction multiplied by your corporate tax. So depending on what your corporate tax percentage is and what that may possibly be, you can see that I've included a value over there of 27% just as a guideline, but also to demonstrate an actual example. If you have 10 standard learners on a 12-month program and they are receiving an annual allowance of 400,000 with a completion allowance of 400,000, which is 40 times 10, that's a total deduction of 800,000 Rand and a tax saving of 216,000 Rand. We look at that just alone and the impact that that can have on you as an organization. And often the questions come up, but we don't have the budget for this. If you don't have the budget for it, the codes make provision for you to create that budget. So maybe the first year is quite costly or the second year is quite costly. But thereafter, if the tax saving for the organization is derived from skills development, then of course it makes sense to use that and allocate that budget towards tax, towards skills development overall, so that that budget is always there and available to you time and time again, year on year, depending on how many learnerships you do, for how long those learnerships run, and how successfully those learnerships are run. Okay, if we add the disability calculation to that mix, at a 27%, that's 324,000 Rand in tax saved. So it's the same headcount, but with a significantly higher return, purely because you've opted to go with disabled learnership. So 216, 324, that's close to 100,000 Rand difference.